It's been a while since I made a text animation tutorial in Premiere Pro. The last time I did one was probably when I looked like this. Anyway, today you'll learn exactly step by step how to create this beautiful text animation in Adobe Premiere. Let's open it up. By the way, you can download my Premiere project file by clicking the link down below. It's free and it makes it easier to follow along. Alright, so first we're gonna create a text layer. To do that, click the text tool and go to the program monitor. Then click and start typing. I'm going for the word basics. Alright, if you're done, you can hit escape and then V to select the selection tool. And that way you can quickly resize and position the text. Hold down Ctrl to center it, by the way. There you have it. Now head over to the properties panel. In here, you'll find your text layer. Let's change the font to something stronger. Maybe Myriad Pro Bold. You should have that one, it's default in Premiere. After changing the font, you'll probably have to recenter your text layer. Next, I'll show you how to make this Premiere logo. Select the rectangle tool in the toolbar and then head over to the program monitor. In here, click and drag while holding shift to create a square. Then zoom in a little so you can see these little dots. If you click and drag them, you can create rounded corners like that. Let me zoom it back to normal right here. There you go. Now go to the properties panel and in here, disable the fill and enable the stroke. Make sure it's set to white and the thickness to something around 10. Now center the logo outline like that. And now we're gonna add the PR from Premiere. To do that, select the text tool and make sure your graphic layer is selected. That way the text will be inside the graphic layer. Now in the program monitor, click to create text and type in PR. Now hit escape and then V and then scale and position it to make it look like the Premiere logo. And now as you can see in the properties panel, both the text layer and the shape layer are inside this graphics layer. Alright, that's amazing. Let's keep this logo aside for now. It's time to fill up the text with water. First, make sure your graphic layer is selected. Then go to the effect controls. In here, disable the fill and enable the stroke. Make sure the thickness is set to 1 pixel and the stroke type to outer. Back in the timeline, duplicate your graphic layer and make sure it's selected. Then in the properties panel, enable the fill and disable the stroke. Actually, what I just did was kind of dumb. I could have just Never mind. Anyway, back in the timeline, grab the rectangular shape tool. Then make sure the top layer is selected. And then in the program monitor, draw a box that fully covers the text. Now, as you can see in the properties panel, you'll see that the shape layer and the text layer are now together in one graphic layer. Drag the shape layer underneath the text layer. Then select the text layer and scroll down to the bottom of appearance. Check mask with text. That will put the shape we just created in the inside of the text. Here, let me demonstrate it. I'm moving it around and you can see that it stays inside the text. Alright, and now finally, we're gonna turn it into water. In the effect controls, expand the shape properties and set a position keyframe. Move the keyframe a little further in time and now lower the position of the shape. That creates this exact animation. Beautiful. Next, find the wave warp effect and drag it on your clip. Now, if you adjust some properties, you might find that it doesn't do anything. That's because you dragged it underneath the shape layer. You must drag it on top of the shape and then it works. All you gotta do is change the wave height and wave width. And that's it. Next, I want to tell you about Storyblocks. I use their plugin for downloading unlimited stock media without leaving Premiere. Once you've found the clip you want, you just click the download button and boom, it will appear in your project panel. The footage on Storyblocks is made by real artists. No AI generated clips like on most stock libraries nowadays. Storyblocks works with actual filmmakers and artists from around the world. You'll get high quality human-made stock library of footage, music, sound effects, templates and workflow enhancing tools in one place so you can focus on storytelling instead of searching across multiple platforms. Everything you download is royalty-free, pre-licensed and ready for personal, commercial and monetized projects. I mean, I have used Storyblocks to grow all my channels from scratch and even my other projects are enhanced by Storyblocks assets. Storyblocks saves members an average of 3.5 hours per week. Not just because of the assets, but also Premiere Pro and After Effects templates that are ready to use. To start telling better stories with the same tools I use, head over to storyblocks.com/Premiere Basics. Or just click the link down below. Thank you Storyblocks so much for sponsoring this video. Alright, now let's finish our animation. So we have the water text right here. Select them both, right click them and choose nest. Now they're together in a cute little nest. Anyway, move the playhead to the point where the text is fully filled up. Then add a cut. First we'll animate the first part. Find the transform effect in the effects library and drag it to your clip. Then go back and look for the crop effect. Once again, drag it to your clip. Now with that clip selected, go to the effect controls. In here, select the crop effect and in the program monitor, click and drag the bottom property until it almost reached the bottom of the text layer. That's it. Now move the playhead to the point where the text is still empty and then set a position and rotation keyframe. Then move back in time and adjust the rotation a little. And then move the position of the text all the way until you can see it. Don't forget to ease the last keyframe, and if you want, expand the velocity curves and pull the levers of the second keyframe. That will make it end smoothly. If you want, you can set the shutter angle to 180 degrees for a natural motion blur. That will make it look even smoother. Alright, now let's finish the second part. So we want to replace the letter A with the Premiere logo. To do that, we have to isolate it. Find the crop effect in the effects library and drag it to your clip. Then in the effect controls, select the effect and go to the program monitor. And here, adjust the crop so only the B is visible. There you go. Now back in the timeline, hold down Alt and drag your clip to duplicate it one track up. Then select it, go to the effect controls, select the crop effect and adjust the crop so only the last 4 letters are visible. Now the A should be gone. Again, back in the timeline, duplicate your clip and select the crop effect again. One more time, adjust the crop so that the letter A is inside the crop. And now we have 3 separate layers that we can edit. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, let's start with the letter A. Find the transform effect and drag it to your clip. Then in the effect controls, find transform and select the anchor point. In the program monitor, click and drag the anchor point to line the middle of the letter up with the position property. Then grab the position and align it back with the anchor point. This is important because we need to animate the scale property. Move the playhead to the first frame. Then set a scale property. Now move the playhead a little forward in time and set the scale to 0. You can ease out the first keyframe. If you expand the velocity curve, you can control the animation even more by pulling the lever. If you drag it up, you'll get this bouncing effect in your animation. Cool, right? Last but not least, increase the shutter angle to 180 degrees for some natural motion blur, and there you go. Very nice. Now we gotta make some space for the Premiere logo. Drag it on top of the second part of your animation and then find the transform effect in the effects library. Drag it to your logo and go to the effect controls. Now scale it down until it's about the same size as your text. Then change the position and put it in between the B and the S. Now move the playhead to the moment where the A is fully gone. Right there, set a scale keyframe. Then move back in time with the playhead and decrease the scale to 0. Ease the last keyframe and expand the velocity curve. Then pull the lever of the keyframe and also drag it a little down. That will again add a bouncing effect. Now mess with the position of the keyframes until the A and the logo switch places perfectly. Once you have it, don't forget to enable motion blur, of course. Now, the logo is a bit clammed in between the text, so to fix that, go to the timeline and adjust the bottom nested sequence. Then back in the effect controls, move the playhead to the moment where the logo is coming into frame. Right there, add a position keyframe. Move the playhead forward in time to the point where the logo is fully visible. Then adjust the position slightly to match the space in between the letters. Ease the last keyframe like that, and now go to the timeline and select the second nested sequence. Now back in the effect controls, do the exact same thing, only this time to the right side. And there you have it, a simple but amazing text and logo animation. By the way, if you want to know how I color grade my videos, click the video right here on your left. Thank you guys so much for watching.